That's all right. So this is simultaneously really impressive and really frightening at the same time. And it's hitting me in ways that I didn't really expect. So do you remember Will Smith eating spaghetti? Do you remember when this was what AI generated videos looked like? Remember when we said, okay, this AI stuff is cool and all, but clearly there's a long way to go before there's any need for concern. Well, welcome to the future, people, because this is also an AI generated video, and so is this, completely synthesized out of thin air by computers. This one too, this is not real. Absolutely ridiculous how far we've come in literally 1 year. This does feel like another ChatGPT Dolly moment for AI, and maybe I'm overreacting because, okay, I'm a video creator, so an AI that's actually doing my job, maybe that feels a little more threatening. So I'm particularly impressed by it, but also this stuff is really good. So Sam Altman and OpenAI announced a new AI model called Sora, and it can generate up to full 1-minute video clips from just text input. So the same way Dolly was able to understand our text input and turn it into a photorealistic and styled image or whatever you want, same thing with Sora, but now it's all videos. It also needs to understand how all these things like reflects and textures and materials and physics all interact with each other over time to make a reasonable looking video. And of course, right away, there's a bunch of examples on their website that are crazy. Now, before I show you this, these current developments have started to cause a ripple effect, and it's expected to continue to disrupt the industry. So Tyler Perry has posted an $800 million expansion of his Atlanta studio complex after the release of OpenAI's video generator Sora, and warned that a lot of jobs in the film industry will be lost to artificial intelligence. The US film and TV mogul said he was in the process of adding 12 sound stages to his studio, but has halted these plans indefinitely after he saw demonstrations of Sora and its shocking capabilities. All of that is currently and indefinitely on hold because of Sora and what I'm seeing. Quote Perry. Perry said in an interview, "I had gotten word over the last year or so this was coming, but I had no idea until I recently saw the demonstrations of what it's able to do, and it's shocking to me." I just need you to keep this in mind. You are about to watch a bunch of AI generated videos, and you know that you're about to watch a bunch of AI generated content. So your brain, you're already looking for this stuff, and it's not perfect. You will find imperfections, but not everybody who sees AI generated content on the internet knows to be looking for that. So also keep that in mind. This is also the worst that this technology is going to be from here on. So, okay, here is one of the videos. There is no audio to any of these clips, but the prompt for this one is a stylish woman walking down Tokyo Street, filled with warm glowing neon and animated signage. She wears a black leather jacket, a long red dress, and a black boots. So this video is already way ahead of where we were. It has accurate lighting, it has materials, it has skin tones, movements, even has reflections all the place now. So of course, if you look at it for more than 10 seconds very closely, there are lots of giveaways, like this dude in the background kind of looks like he's grinding in a weird way. The frame rates and the reflections in the water are for some reason lower than the rest of the video. The camera movement overall is just a bit inconsistent, and I don't know, just kind of feel a little bit off. But then again, this is where we were a year ago, so just keep in mind in the back of your head for all this is okay now. About this one, this is another one which has a very long prompt. The camera directly faces colorful buildings in Burano, Italy. An adorable domination looks through a window on a building on the ground floor. So many people are walking and cycling along the canal streets in front of the building. This is also gain really good. This kind of looks a little more video gamey because of how solid lock an adorable happy otter confidently finds stands on a surfboard wearing a yellow life jacket, riding along turquoise tropical waters near large tropical islands, 3D digital render art style. The footage is but clearly very usable. Here is another one prompt. A corgi vlogging itself in tropical Maui. Isn't this incredible? I've looked through all the sample videos on OpenAI's website, and clearly these are the hand-picked best ones that they chose to share, where they just put in some text and then get a video and don't modify it. But there's really impressive style in there. Some of it has humans, some of it doesn't. Some of it is more realistic, feeling like the truck driving one, but some of them are more video gamey and more style. A lot of it is slow motion. I just have to say how insanely fast these models are improving is genuinely like, that's the shocking part. Like, I remember not even that many months ago, Dolly 3 really had high-end videos, and you could always still find something off about it. Like, especially if you ask it for something like a photorealistic image of a human, something about like the hands or the ears would always be a little bit off. Never mind the physics. But even this video here is crazy at first glance. The prompt from this is AI generated video, an aerial view of Santori during the blue hour, showcasing the stunning architecture of white eclectic buildings with blue domes. The Caldina views are breathtaking, and the lighting creates a beautiful, serene atmosphere. Then for this one, they typed a movie trailer featuring the adventures of a 30-year-old spaceman wearing a red wool knitted motorcycle helmet, a blue sky, salt desert, cinematic style shot on 35mm film, and the close-up of his face and the fabrics on the helmet, the film grain through every shot, and the cinematic style. This is one of the most convincing AI generated videos I've ever seen. Minus maybe the weird physics of that dude walking kind of fast motion. So Sam Altman, if you follow him on Twitter, he's going through a whole bunch of more of like people's requests and posting a bunch of generated videos. And so if you want to check out his profile, you can see those. But here's the thing about all these AI generated videos. Now, as good as they have gotten to this point, they can and will pass as real videos to people who are not looking for AI generated videos. Now that is obviously insane, sketchy, especially during an election year in the US, and also terrifying for a bunch of other internet related reasons, but it's also perfect for stock footage. Like, there are already all kinds of presentations and advertisements and PowerPoints that are in need of oddly specific stock videos. And these AI generated videos are already good enough to 100% pass for that purpose. Like, look at this one. The prompt is a giant towering cloud in the shape of a man looms over the earth. The cloud man shoots lightning bolts down on the earth. Honestly, if I saw this on Twitter, I wouldn't even think twice. I would be like, oh, this dude shot a very good shot. I wouldn't even think about AI. This is a usable video of maybe for an ad. The Greenwich is a historic railway bridge in Scotland, UK, that crosses over the West Hand Live between the towns of Malane and Fort William. It is a stunning sight as a steam train leaves the bridge, traveling over the arch-covered viaduct. The landscape is dotted with lush greenery and rocky mountains, creating a picturesque background for the train journey. The sky is blue and the sun is shining, making for a beautiful day to explore this majestic spot. All these sort of implications for the drone pilot that no longer needs to be hired for all photographers and videographers, whose footage no longer needs to be licensed to show up in an ad. That being said, it's already that good. There's other stuff like these dogs which would be totally expensive and difficult thing to shoot with a camera. But if you can just generate it this well with reflections and the environment and everything else around it, I mean, why do it any other way? How long until an entire ad, every single shot is completely generated with AI? Or what about an entire YouTube video or an entire movie? I'm tempted to say like we are a long way away from that, because you know this still has flaws clearly, and there is no sound, and there is a long way to go with the prompt engineering to iron these things out. But then again, the spaghetti was like a year ago. Now actually, like that OpenAI on their website, they show some of the downfalls too of this particular model. And because who would know better than the people who have been using it? This is a very private tool, by the way. Right now it's in super limited access, so it's in the hands of red teamers, which basically means people testing it, pushing the limits, trying to break it, and a few trust creators. But they have found plenty weird edge stuff. Like this clip here is a bunch of gray wolf pups, looks normal, but at first then it's pretty clear that something kind of is off with the way they are just kind of appearing out of nowhere and walking through each other. That's kind of weird. And this clip of a guy running on a treadmill, which I mean, I don't really have to say much about why this one's weird, but this is my favorite one again. So again, just try to put out yourself in the mind of someone who's not expecting AI. You're just scrolling through Facebook or Instagram or something, so you just see this video. So first, I just want you to watch this clip as if it's just a stock video you found on a grandma celebrating her birthday, and just try to think like, what I wonder what a birthday she's celebrating right now. I don't know how old do you think she is, 60, 65, maybe it's a big 70. She seems to really like that cake, and I'm going to play it again, but this time watch the video knowing that it's AI generated photos and videos and have trouble accurately doing hands. I'll play it again, and now it feels super obvious. Like every time you watch it, a different set of hands, it gets weirder and weirder. You can watch it like 5 times and there is a dead giveaway after dead giveaway, not even mentioning the weird inconsistencies with the direction of the wind on the candles. But even as I'm saying all that, even if it's coming out of my mouth, I can't help but remember that 12 months ago we were critiquing this. So what does this all mean? Well, I mean, there's what it means now, and there's what it means for the future. Now Sora, the thing they have made is clearly a really impressive video generation AI tool that is both going to fool people and also being very useful. There is also a watermark in the bottom corner of every video generated by it. So if you see one of those videos and ideally it hasn't been cropped out, then that's at least a pretty clear indicator that it's an AI generated. It's Sora videos. But also, if you think you're going to have to be very careful with this, they are going to have a whole bunch of safety stuff to keep in mind. I think they'll probably have to be even more safe than Dolly. Like, you shouldn't be able to generate people's likeliness. Like, you should be able to make a politicians look like they are doing something on video. Especially this year, you probably won't be able to make Will Smith eating spaghetti, but it also definitely means stock video generation is absolutely going to take a dent out of this video licensing. Like, I can basically guarantee that, like, logistically, why would anyone making something pay for footage of a house in the cliffs when they can generate one for free or for a small subscription price? Like, the real scary part is this tool implies, but in the future it gets in pretty extension, man. I mean, okay, if this is trained and all videos that have ever been made by humans, then surely it can be innovative or creative in ways that humans haven't already been, right? I don't know, either way. I will have all these links below for all the Sora stuff, for OpenAI stuff, and I guess I'll talk to you next week next year when we look back at Sora and how bad those wolves pups looked when they spouted out of nowhere. So just remember, this is the worst that this technology is going to be from here. So out of that, thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I'll see you on the next video and subscribe for more AI updates. Thank you so much.